Hello everyone, and welcome to Explain the Charts. Today, July 16th, 2025, we are dissecting the QQQ, the Nasdaq ETF, by looking at both the news and the charts. First, let's dive into the latest headlines and how they might be influencing the market. Recent news indicates a mixed market performance. The Dow had a rough day following the June CPI report, triggering inflation concerns. However, the Nasdaq is hitting new records, fueled by a rally in chip stocks like Nvidia. JP Morgan also topped estimates. This divergence suggests that sectors within the Nasdaq may perform differently. Now, let's transition to the chart data and see how these events might be reflected in the price action. We'll start with the daily chart to get a broader perspective. Looking at the daily chart, we can see a significant upward trend over the past year, with some notable pullbacks. Key support levels seem to be around 470 and 480. We can see there was a big drop from around April 3rd, 2025 to April 4th, 2025. Resistance seems to be forming around the 560 level. There was a small rejection there yesterday, July 15th, 2025, and today, July 16th, 2025, we're currently seeing some selling pressure. Let's zoom into the hourly chart to identify shorter-term trends and potential entry/exit points. We will examine the candles closest to today, July 16, 2025. On the hourly chart, we can see some consolidation happening in a tight range between 555 and 557. This could signal indecision in the market. Now let's zoom in even more to the 15-minute chart to narrow in on how today's candle is shaping up and get some additional finer detail. Looking at the 15-minute chart, it appears there's been a slight pullback after failing to hold the 560 level. Immediate support can be found near 555. Bearish continuation might happen if we break the 555 support. It's also possible the price might bounce here. Correlating the news and the charts, the inflation worries might be creating some bearish pressure, preventing QQQ from holding above the 560 resistance, despite the chip rally. Short-term, a break below 555 could lead to a test of the 550 level, while sustained positive news from the chip sector could propel it back towards 560 and beyond. Keep an eye on those key levels, 550 for support and 560 for resistance. In summary, the Nasdaq's future will likely be dictated by two opposing forces, inflation and tech strength. Watch these two trends closely. Thanks for tuning in to Explain the Charts, and happy trading!